What is this? Okay, we are live Sunday afternoon with Figure Pro Tracy Barbadillo and NPC competitor Mikie Cass. Jess
How
got
come I
back
can't hear
from
you?
what? Can you hear me now? Mikie, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Tracy, are you having audio difficulties? Can you hear me now? Tracy, hold on, folks.
I can't hear you for some reason.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
We can hear
Oh,
Tracy. Hold on.
Okay,
Okay, we're gonna ask Tracy to
I will
log
log back out.
out and log right back in. Cool. All right. Well, first of all, I wanted to just give a shout out to our major sponsor called Tongue and Groove Fashion, and Tongue and Groove Fashion, sells women's clothing, anything from bikinis, dresses, and activewear. And you can go to the website for Tongue and Groove at www.tongueandgroovefashion, all one word.com, or you can go check them out on Instagram at tongue_and_groove_fashion. So once again, shout out to our major sponsor, Tongue and Groove Fashion. Check it out, guys. It's I mean, I'm not a lady, but yeah, it looks like some pretty good stuff. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing some women in that. So anyway, okay, let's just bring Tracy back in. I think let's see if Tracy can hear us. Tracy, can you hear us?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm here.
awesome. All right. Okay, we're back. So Tracy and Mikie, you guys just got back from the Gary Udet NPC Teen Collegiate Masters Nationals and IFBB Pro League Pittsburgh Pro. And we wanted to bring you guys back online so we can talk about that experience. Before we get into that, Mikie, I just wanted everybody out there to know who you are. I mean, we never had you on our YouTube. I mean, we had you for a brief segment when we did the armed forces and the Ikaika about 4 weeks ago, but we really didn't get an opportunity to kind of know who Mikie is. So Mikie, give
okay.
us some
So
background.
everybody knows me as Mikey, but my birth name is Michaelin. I'm named after my dad. Last name is Castellano. I have 3 sisters. Most of you know Sherry, and she goes by Moose, and Shelly. None has known Leslie. Little has known Leslie. I've been in the gym since 2012. I am 47 years old. So yes, I am in the master's class. Um, I've been competing since 2015. So actually, 2016 has been the first time I ever did a show, and we've been going ever since then. I graduated from Waipahu High School in 1992, so born and raised in Waipahu. There you go. Marauder for life. I currently live in town. I just got married this year. To Kathy De Aquino. She she is awesome. We took her, Tracy and I took her on a whirlwind when we went to Pittsburgh. She tapped out. Definitely couldn't hang with the big dog when it came to food, but hey, she was a champ. She was awesome. She was my #1 cheerleader this year. So that was great to have somebody as a sidekick for my very last prep. So that was awesome.
Waipahu High School, 1992.
Greg, we're not that far apart, Greg.
I'm right behind you. You're right behind me. You're right behind me. We probably know a lot of people, like
Oh,
from
Dante.
yeah. I know a bunch of guys from Waipahu, but I don't want to mention names. Um, 2012, you started training. Yeah.
I started training in 2012. Yes.
Mhm.
Everything started to. I started training in 2012 because I came out of a bad relationship. I sent some pictures to Rose. There you go. I was 220 pounds in
What?
that picture.
Wow.
And I decided that I needed to change my lifestyle. And so I hooked up. My brother-in-law at the time was Dustin Nakatsu, and my good friend till today. And so he brought me into the gym, said, "Hey, let's start training. Just to get fit and whatnot." And then he started prepping for a show. Um, One of the last what are the big shows that we had in Hawaii that ended, Paradise Cup. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he won the overall in that, and ever since then, like I told him, hey, if you do a show, then I'll follow up, and I'll do a show right after that. And 2016 came, and that's when I did my first show.
What show was that? You remember?
There's Dustin right there. That was Aloha Muscle. That was the inaugural Aloha Muscle.
Oh, okay.
Which is coming up soon.
Yep.
That's right.
We are like, I don't know, 6 weeks out or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. 6, 7 weeks.
Yep. I remember seeing Mikie the first time at Powerhouse Gym, and I didn't know Mikie at the time, but I remember seeing her. And the first time I saw Mikie was in the back by the dumbbells at Powerhouse Gym. So if you guys know the layout of Powerhouse, when you get in, you got to walk to the back, and there's all these dumbbells, there's all the benches. And I remember Mikie because she was pressing 80-pound dumbbells. And when I saw that, I said, "Bah, you know what? Let me go back to the front." Because I was like, who's this chick pressing 80-pound dumbbells like it's nothing? And I remember you training with all the big boys, yeah, back in that
Oh,
time.
that was an
You
honor.
know,
That was an honor to train the only girl to train with all the guys. That was so awesome.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that time, and I think that's kind of when that the whole Kawasaki just kind of blew up because I
Yep,
remember Dustin and that's Darren, right?
yep, Aaron.
Yeah,
Those are
XCU.
my
Yeah,
initial training partners. Yeah.
yeah. I remember them too. Yeah.
Big
So
boys.
yeah, you guys put Mike on the map, man. I tell you, that was foundational. Look at that, unreal, huge. Oh boy. Okay. So how was the show, guys? Oh wait, hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, we gotta show something real quick. Okay, Mikey, here you go.
so that was
So
my very first national show. That was at
mhm,
Pittsburgh. I did the North Americans. So that was in 2017.
okay, this is 2017. Yeah,
Correct.
nice. Wow, check it out,
So
guys.
in that
Real.
show, I did physique and bodybuilding, just like this past show.
Mm-hmm.
So as I don't know if a lot of female competitors know, but there's not a lot of bodybuilding uh, local shows that you can enter. So if you want to hit the national level and you want to do a bodybuilding, um, you want to get into the bodybuilding division, as long as you do a division, you are qualified to do the bodybuilding division at the master's level. Now, in the open, as for an open bodybuilder, I don't know exactly what the rules are, but the last time I checked, if you was to do bodybuilding at USA's or NT at nationals in Florida, as long as you qualify for a show, you can do women's bodybuilding.
Oh, okay. It doesn't have to be women's bodybuilding. You can qualify in like physique
Physique
or
or figure.
or figure.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it doesn't have to be specifically for that category then.
No, because there is
Okay.
not a lot of state shows that have women's bodybuilding.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look at it locally here, right? I mean, I don't think we had a women's bodybuilding category for the Ikaika and for the what do you call it, armed forces. Yeah, I don't think we had one.
Correct.
You
Correct.
know. Okay. This is cool. I like this. I love your hair, Mikey.
that's the hair transitioning with every show. This was the last Sean Ray. This was 2019 Sean Ray before we hit COVID.
Yep. And this Sean Ray, where was this the one at
The Hilton?
the Hilton? That's right, the Hilton Hawaiian Village. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. This was an awesome show. Big show. Plenty
It
people at that.
was.
Yeah.
Yes. And
I
the
remember
next
that.
one coming up is going to be even bigger. Or the Waikiki Shell.
Yeah, that's coming in November, right?
Yep.
So that's gonna be another big one. Mikey, you did a lot. You did a bunch of shows, man, in a short amount of time. You just packed it all in, huh?
I did. So in 2015, we did, 2016, I did Alone Muscle. 2017, we did Pittsburgh, the North Americans. 2017, I did the first Sean Ray. And then 2018, I did the other Sean Ray that was at the convention center. And then right after that, I went to the Philippines. So the Philippines was my first international. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was the Sean Roden Philippine Classic. And then 2019, I did Sean Ray again at Hilton. And then we took a break in 2020 because of COVID. And then 2021, Tracy and I said we were going to do it. That was it. A journey it was supposed to be 2020 was the journey. And 2020 didn't come. So there you go. That was the first. Tracy was going for her pro card. And I was going to do my first national show.
Wow. That's some history, man. I mean, like you did a bunch of different shows, high level national shows. You did an international show, and you was nonstop. Yeah, I think the only thing that stopped you was COVID, right?
Was COVID. Yep, that was it. At some point, while we're prepping for shows, we always say this is going to be it. This is going to be it. This is going to be the last. We're going to take a break or whatever. And then that itch to get back on stage once you see everybody else, that's real, So, but this time it's for real. I'm done. I think my body is telling me something different, and it's time to go on to a different journey.
And you're 47.
And I am 47. Yes.
You never know.
I'm behind, man.
Mikey, you never know. You might when you hit that big 50, that itch might come back. It might be super itchy. So you never know.
I'm not going to say that it's not in the future. We don't know. But as of right now, I think I got to take that one step ahead and say, yeah, we're going to go and travel, see the world for a little bit, and then who knows? 50 might come back. That's right.
Yeah. They say you can take the bodybuilder off the stage, but you can never take the stage out of the bodybuilder. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
It's always gonna be a part of you. Yeah. I think honestly, I think that because you had such a long run and you were doing like multiple shows back to back, and we're not talking about shows like local here. You're traveling a lot.
Yes.
Right? You know what I mean? And that takes a lot on you and on your body. And because you packed all of that stuff into such a short amount of time, I think it's a good place for you to just take a break, take a rest. Yep. I don't not necessarily agree if this is a retirement thing for you. I think you just need to take a break, take a break and just kind of see what happens, right? So
I think COVID, that is true. A huge break, a long break, for my mind and for my body would be great. But COVID did kind of help me with that, taking a break, the whole mental thing, wanting to make sure that when I get back into the gym, I was set, ready to go. Prior to the gym opening up in August, I was working with Chris Miranda just so that I could get my cardiovascular stuff up and my endurance up. So that by the time that I could get into the gym, I'd be okay. And that's when I started training back with Tracy again, and we were prepping for Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, taking a break. I think taking a break is a good thing and probably the best for me right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think let the mind, let the body, let the spirit rest a little bit. Enjoy your travel time, right?
Yep. Yep.
and pivot. Like you said, like you told me earlier, you said you're still gonna be a part of fitness, so that's never gonna
Oh
leave
yeah.
you. You're still gonna train. You're still gonna do all that stuff. You're still gonna go to the gym. My pit bull is losing his mind. He's anxious right now, so he's looking. Rose gonna take care of him right now. So yeah, I mean, I think taking a break is important.
Oh yeah.
I want to talk about the show. I want to talk about this show. So did you guys both travel at the same time? Did you guys get there at the same time? You and Tracy?
Yeah, we took you know, yeah, we went together, of course. Um, we both have to have an aisle seat.
Because you got
Constantly
a
in the
key.
bathroom, but yeah, it was nice to travel with Mikey and her wife, just to have that company kind of take that little edge off. So
Mhm.
yeah, we did travel together. We got in. Everything went really smooth. The only trouble I had was kind of adjusting. It was a 6 hour difference, so my body was having trouble adjusting to the hour. So I hardly got sleep there, but
Mm-hmm.
but we managed to make it all the way to the show. So by the time I came home, I was like sleeping a lot, just trying to get caught up. But
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think and this is for whoever's listening that is planning on traveling to do shows too. What Tracy and I experienced was, for our meals too. When our mealtime when we left Hawaii, we was on our last meal, and then moving forward, it's like, okay, we hit Chicago. Okay, do we eat our meal now, or do we wait till we hit Pittsburgh? It's time difference. So like whoever plans on doing a show away from home, make sure you work with your coach and figure out your guys' timing for your food. Yeah, like Tracy said, we needed to do that aisle seat because, oh man, everybody knows once you start to get your gallons in, you got to go to the bathroom more than normal.
I was like, damn, Mikey, damn, yeah, damn.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Was so what did you guys do a direct or did you guys have to lay over?
We had two
No, we had
layovers. No, one.
one layover
Chicago.
going, but two layers. Yeah, two coming home. Yeah, we stopped off in Chicago. We made sure we got our Garrett's popcorn on the layover, and got
She
to
was she was
Pittsburgh.
already thinking of food. Um,
Can't blame her.
yeah, I kind of blame her. I mean,
Like, oh,
it
hungry.
was a rough prep, but yeah, it's a long. That's the only thing with traveling to Pittsburgh. It's a long flight.
Yes.
So you got to make sure your water intake is where it needs to be, and then your food prep is packed. So yeah, but that's the only thing is it's East Coast, so it.
Mhm. How much meals did you guys have to pack for the plane ride?
Oh, I'm gonna
Well, like
log off because my mic. I don't know what's going on.
I
Okay.
was so I don't know if everybody knows, but Tracy and we ended up having the same coach. So she packed chicken, I packed chicken. What we did was for the flight, we broke down our meals, our separate meals. Like so, we had eggs ready to go, and then we had chicken ready to go, and I had some beans. I had beans with me, so I took on the plane 4 ounces, so 3 4 ounce of chicken and one egg meal, and then I also had the bulk chicken also with me, and then Tracy had bulk chicken too. I know that, and then I think she packed 2 to 3 meals as well. But we had to
Mhm.
make sure that we made our egg meal because we knew we wasn't going to be going anywhere to get eggs at the airport that early in the morning.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. And when you guys ride the airplane, did you guys have to wear a mask
Yeah.
Yes,
on
yes,
the
we
plane?
wore a
Yeah,
mask on the plane. But when you
but
get
that's
to
a good thing.
Pittsburgh, everybody didn't have their mask on in Pittsburgh, so
Hmm.
yeah, it was kind of weird, but it was nice and free. I mean, you could walk around without worrying about putting your mask on, but I mean, vaccinated or not vaccinated, a lot of people got to think about coming back home, and if you have elders around you, then that's something that you got to think about.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. We took advantage of that.
Yeah, we did.
I'm not wearing
We
our
did.
masks
We
because it
did.
was like, look, we got enough on our mind. Like that's one less thing we had to worry
Yes.
about. So,
Mhm.
but yeah,
So,
nobody wore their mask at Pittsburgh.
And even at the show, even if they said that you needed to wear your mask backstage, no one wore their mask backstage.
No.
So if people that's listening that's going to actually go and do the North Americans, it'll probably be the same way. So, that's one less thing that, like Tracy said, that's one less thing you got to worry about.
mhm, mhm. Whenever I travel, like whenever I compete and I travel on the plane, the one thing that I always have to do is I always have to let gas loose, right? You always have to. I mean, you got to fart on the plane, you got to fart on the plane, right? But now, since everybody on the plane is wearing a mask, you can just let go and rip, yeah, because nobody can smell anything. So it's like that's actually a convenience. So like now you don't need to worry,
Well,
yeah.
well, the air circulating, so that's another good thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
But when you guys ate your eggs on the plane or off the plane?
Off.
No, off the plane in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you busted that
So
out on
good
the
thing we
plane,
ain't flying
guaranteed.
with Greg, man.
You
Yeah,
just
we're
gotta
not.
let them go, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys land. You guys get to Pittsburgh. What happens after that?
First thing we had to do was check in.
Hmm.
Because we had to check in with our coach. So we checked in, checked if we held water. Um, so that was the first thing, and then going to the store and just getting prepared for everything. And then after that, we went straight to the gym. We had
Hmm.
our um, last workout and cardio. So so by the time it was done, training and stuff was maybe like 9:30 p.m. So everything kind of flowed really good for us. And then we got to rest. And then the next day, Thursday, we checked in. Mikey was a little bit overweight on just like 3 pounds.
Hmm.
So we could have actually checked in on Wednesday, but she needed to drop a few pounds. So we checked. Thank God she made the weight, which we didn't have any doubt. 3 pounds is easy.
Yep.
Just no swallow your spit. You know what I mean? Remember, Greg, just
Yep.
spit them out.
Spit, spit,
But
spit.
yeah, so we got to check in on Thursday, and it was really exciting. We don't. When I go to Pittsburgh, I don't like to stay in the host hotel because I like the peace and quiet instead of all the hustle and bustle. So we kind of stayed away and was kind of really good. We've kept
Yep.
our head focused. So when we went to check in, we got to see everybody, and that's when you start looking, holy macros, that chick is big. Oh, and your mind starts to go right.
Mhm,
So yeah, it was definitely everything went smooth pretty much.
mhm, mhm. Yeah. So you guys, so Mikey, you're 3 pounds over.
Correct. So for women's bodybuilding, for Pittsburgh, or for masters, you have a lightweight division and then you have a heavyweight division. So for women's lightweight, you have to come in at 125 or below, and women's heavyweight is 126 and above, right? So I knew I didn't want to come in with the big dogs at 126 because after everybody carves up, it's going to be a freak show. So what I did was when we came off the plane, we made sure we went and bought a scale. I got the scale. I weighed in at 128. So when I did my check-in, after I did my check-in, we waited for the coach to come back. Um, Tracy and I headed to the gym across the street. We did what she said we did. We worked out. We did our cardio. I stopped all my water intake after 8 o'clock, and we just sat out for the till the next day. So um, by the time we checked in, which was at 2 o'clock Pittsburgh time, uh, I was I was at 120 pounds.
Wow.
So I came in. I made sure that I was definitely at the lightweight division.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah. So you're 5 pounds under then.
Yes.
Hmm.
That lasted for how long? How many hours?
Uh, let's Oh, not even.
We're like,
Um,
what? Let's
one
go
one
now.
20. Yeah, one. So after we checked in, I finally, and then we got a hold of coach. Um, I finally got a meal in after yesterday. I mean, after the day before, and then that night. So by the time I woke up, what is that? Friday morning. At Friday morning, I was 126.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
we after adding in the water and getting the food in to replace all of the loss, I got back up to 126. It was that quick.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna
Super
lie,
fast.
120 looked really nice though.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard to hold, though. Yeah. Hard to
Oh
hold,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So did you? Okay. So you guys land. You guys check in. You guys check in with your coaches. You guys make weight. You guys register all that stuff. And then on show day, did you guys compete kind of close together, or was it two different
No,
days?
it was the same day. The pros went on Saturday morning,
Hmm.
and then NPC went on right after. So it was like it went really fast though. So I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting to go on stage like until 11, but I went on stage like not even at 10, I think. So it moved
Yep.
pretty fast. And so yeah, it was good that we were on the same day, but it was so funny because when we go backstage and we save our spot, and I'm like, man, there's some monsters,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, Mikey, I don't, we start guessing what division or what. And wow, it's just amazing to see um, women at that caliber at our age. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like to
Mm-hmm.
keep that up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's inspiring. It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what. Yeah.
We even got to experiencing a 70-year-old bodybuilder, female. She was such an inspiration to everybody. I mean, 70 years old. She looked really good.
Full of
And
life.
it's yep. And she was lively and she was happy
Mm-hmm.
and joking and smiling with everybody. And for us, coming all the way from Hawaii, everybody's already like in shock because we're coming from Hawaii and coming all the way to Pittsburgh. And it's like, oh, such a long flight and whatnot. But to see someone like that 70-year-old female, it's like you don't even think about your long trip there. It's that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Competing, meeting people, you know learning what their experiences was and sharing yours, and that's what it was. That was like the best thing about it. I mean, yeah, we got to grace the stage, and yeah, we placed and all that stuff, but to actually meet different people at different calibers and different ages, that was the fun part about it. But to be honest, I mean, Tracy and I, we still had that fighting spirit inside. We were like, okay, we gotta we're going on stage with these girls. Okay, we know what we gotta do. But then yet
Yeah. We
it
kind of
but
just stayed focused and
yep.
in our corner. And it was nice because we had some of the other Hawaii athletes around us, and that
Yep.
was it was comforting because we were representing our state. you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yep.
So it felt good. Um, but let me, I gotta share this. When they called up my group to line up, 50 and over, I kid you not. Oh, I don't know why I always gotta be first. I think I can blame my husband because my last name is BA. So I turn around, I'm pumping up. I turn around, I kid you not, Greg. The biggest class, 50 and over and 45 and over, was the biggest class for the Masters Pro for figure. I
Mm-hmm.
turn around, I kid you not. I pray to God, Lord, please don't let me be last. Because these girls are monsters. I was like, I said, you know what? I'm gonna, my friend sent me this song that touched my heart, I think the day
Mhm.
before. And I said, I'm gonna walk like a giant. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? I did everything I was supposed to do. I'm happy with what I brought to the show. And I was just gonna just do me, and I did just that. But I mean, not being on stage for 3 years and then going back on, it really felt really, really good. But the caliber, even at the Masters Pro level. So I didn't think I was gonna even make the first call out because they bring the girls out, and I'm like, nobody's nobody's looking at me. you know, I'm like squeezing the hell out of everything. I'm like, nobody's looking at me. Okay, Lord, you know what? I don't care. As long as I'm not last, that's all I ask, right? I make the first call out. I said, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, now it's time to work,
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
exciting, really.
Hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think.
think that the
No, go ahead.
good thing, the best thing about this was actually doing this with someone. Tracy had a year ago, with, and we went through it the whole thing, and to go all the way to the end, and then it was funny. We was at the hotel. We checked into the hotel, and Tracy made sure that we had adjoining rooms, right? So I think Tracy took out her key to her room maybe once or twice. Other than that, she was going through our room the whole time. But it was so good fun because you know it was like she was there with me, whether it was a good day or it was a bad day. You know, whenever we started training with each other in the beginning of this prep, and then when we got our coaches, then we separated because we had different training programs, and it's like, oh, I miss Tracy, and Tracy was like, I miss Mikey, but at the end, it all came together. It did. See, this picture right here.
Hmm.
It says a lot, a lot.
That's in Pittsburgh, right?
This
Yeah.
is in
Our
Pittsburgh.
last workout.
This
Hmm.
is like this little tucked away gym that we found at our hotel, by our hotel. So that was cool.
It looks like one of those brick and mortar gyms. Like you got
Oh,
some
it
pretty
is.
heavy dumbbells, yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And you know what's so cool? The hotel that we stayed in, and I always stay there every time I go, but there's a grocery store walking distance, gym
Mhm.
walking distance, a shuttle that takes you to the venue. So it was perfect. I
Yep.
mean, there wasn't, and we've been there before, so we knew that we could really focus on the show. And yeah, I asked for adjoining rooms, and her wife tried to close the door, and I was like, push the door open. I was like, what you guys? I was like,
Oh
close the
yeah, it was a good
door.
fun. And
I
the
used to walk.
night before our show, Tracy couldn't sleep because her light was on, and I couldn't sleep because I knew that I had to take her to go get her make hair and makeup done at 4 a.m. So I didn't want to oversleep, but she couldn't sleep at all. That was crazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
but all the other fun memories and journey. I mean, that goes into prepping a show. The behind the scenes people like Mikey's wife, my husband. Even when you do shows, Greg, you're
Mhm.
behind the scenes that we know that we could
mm.
never do these shows without them. So big props to them. I mean, they keep us standing, and I know for sure keep us focused. So thank you to my husband for doing so
Oh
much for
yes.
me.
Thank you, Train, for letting her go.
Thank you, Kat, for for hanging in there at the show. I was like laughing in the back seat because I was like
Oh
to watch
man.
it all. She was a champ
Yeah.
though. She took it, and you know, she did really well. She can't keep up with us, but she did really good. She did good.
So you guys, okay. So I mean, and it all goes back to Mikey's point, and Tracy, you talked about this at the last interview. Is that when people when people talk to guys like us, right, that compete, they go, "Oh, why you compete for? You only on stage for like 12 seconds, 10 seconds."
Hmm.
Mm.
That's not the point. The point is the journey, right? The
Oh
point is the
yes.
Absolutely.
the point is like you guys just talked about great experiences over the last 10 minutes, right? That you guys never going to forget, you know.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And to me, that's what makes it all worth it. Like literally, that's what makes it all worth it. And then to Mikey's point, getting to meet all the different people and just seeing a 70-year-old bodybuilder on stage,
Mm. Yeah.
nobody else can experience that. And you guys saw
Oh
that in
yeah.
person. We saw her on the live stream and we were like, holy crap. And she had a lot of energy. She was dancing on stage and she was doing the
Yes.
poses.
Yeah.
I remember
It
her.
was
And
nice.
Rose was
Yeah.
like, wow, look at her. She looks awesome. But you guys were able to actually see her in person, and maybe you guys even were able to talk to her. But things like that, people will never be able to experience. Yeah. So that's why we do what we do, right? I mean, it's not just for the medals and for the accolades, it's for the
Yeah.
experience and
Mm.
the
I
journey.
think I think for the most part, when we travel, what's in my head is we want to make sure we represent our 808.
Mm-hmm.
That we do have great athletes coming out of our
Mm-hmm.
state. And when I step on stage, I'm carrying all of that with me on stage. My husband, my coach, my family, all of that. So it's not just your hard work that you're displaying on that stage. You're carrying an island on you, and it feels
Mm-hmm.
great because when you do everything you're supposed to do and you're happy with what you're bringing, I mean, you feel unstoppable. And then you put your suit on and then it's just, you're magical, you just
Yeah.
feel really magical. So I took fourth and sixth, but you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that because I know I did everything I was supposed to. I was happy with what I came in, and that's just the way it turned out for me. And hey, I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. So you guys, okay, so you guys are backstage. You guys talked a little bit about that experience. Talk about on stage. How did that feel?
Go ahead, Mikey.
Well, okay. So if you haven't been to Pittsburgh, you can't compare it to a Hawaii show. So like in Pittsburgh, you have your pump up room where everybody is at, and then you transition out into this hallway, and then from the hallway you get into the venue, and then from the venue, from the sidewalk in the venue, you get to the stage. So there's four different areas where you go before you even hit that stage. And
Hmm.
once you hit that, and you're backstage, like once you get into the venue piece, and you're watching the monitor from the back, that's when the butterflies even. That's when it starts because you don't really feel anything in the pump up room and on the hallway until you hit inside of that building. Once you get inside of that room and you hear the announcer going, you hear the band music going, you hear the crowd,
It's
screaming
a
and
lot of
whatnot,
waiting.
clapping. Yes, it's
Hmm.
a lot of waiting, but you're the butterflies. Well, for me, it didn't hit until I was inside of the room. And
Hmm.
once you get there, like Tracy said before, when you line up, you start to look at your competition, right? Because that's the line that you're gonna go against. You're thinking to yourself, okay, wow, this girl has good abs. Wow, this girl has good legs, but look at her back. You start to look at everything that your competition has. So that's what I was doing. Myself and Tracy, we all, I mean, pros
I
don't
mean,
have it, but we're in the A class, so we are in the short class. I mean, 5'2" and below, right? So I'm looking at all these girls, and I'm like, okay, okay, yep, she has pretty much everything. Does she have the X factor or whatever, right? But once you put your foot on top of that stairway to hit the stage, that's when everything right there just zooms in. And it's
Hmm.
crazy because you go from hearing everything, then you put your foot onto the stairs, and that's when everything goes black. And all you focusing on is your path to that box. And once you hit that
I
path to the box, you know
Hmm.
already what you gotta do. You gotta perform. You
Hmm.
gotta
this was the
show everything.
this was the first time I did not have Arle, and dang, you know, you don't know what you lost until it's gone. I was like,
Hmm.
I really wish I had Arle right now to keep my mind off of things, and let him stress. But what a big difference not having him, backstage with me. and not too many coaches actually go backstage, but Arle, he was always there, so I kind of missed um, that reassurance, you know.
Mhm.
So and then not being on stage for 3 years. So, but yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of waiting going on.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think you're pumped up, you're in the pump up room pumping up. Then they have you in one area, then they have you in another area, and it's just
Yep.
so hard to stay pumped. So, but you know, you, that's how they
Just
run it, so it can go smoothly,
Mhm.
and making sure everybody's there. And they're really strict. If you're not in the lineup, you're disqualified. There was one lady that was waiting to be called up, and her class already went, and she was DQ'd already. She couldn't. She was
Wow.
pissed. You know, I think it was two ladies, and then so yeah, if you're not in the lineup and your class is already,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
you get DQ'd. They're not messing around. You know,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, they just go. At the national level, they just go,
they
right?
just go.
Yeah,
They ain't waiting for
they didn't
you.
have time.
They call your number. You
Yeah.
ain't there. They just going to the next division. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're not gonna rejudge you too. You're
Right.
done.
Right.
You're
They'll
you're
let
out
you
of.
come back at the night show though, just to walk. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be judged.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. And I think that's an important point, Tracy, because when you do like a local show here, you got all the expediters. Number 52, where are you?
Yeah.
Number 52, where are you? And they hold the show until they find 52,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then if they can't find 52,
Yeah.
after like 10 minutes, then they start. But at the national level, man, if 50, they don't even call you. They
Yeah.
just
They're
line you
like
guys up.
line you
Yep.
up.
No.
Class
Yep.
A lining up. Da
Yep.
da da. They go down
Yep.
the numbers. They call
They
you
run out
one
the number.
time. That's
Yep.
it. If they
52.
call you, start the backstage, the
Mm-hmm.
line up in the backstage, and you're not there, it's too late.
Yeah.
They're
They're
not
not
Mm-hmm.
looking for you.
they're not
Yeah.
gonna have an expediter run to the pump up room to see if you back there.
And they got a lot of expediters, and they ain't doing that.
Yeah, they're gonna go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, 8 for 9, 50 for 52, 53, 54. Where's 52? 52? No more. Okay, go on stage already. And you're done.
And I
Yeah.
think another important thing is, when we're in Hawaii, we trust everybody. We're trustworthy. Our stuff backstage. When you go at the national level, really, you just cannot. You
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
cannot trust people, anybody backstage. So just recommendation when if you do a out of state, make sure you zip your bag. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
you take only what you need. Don't bring personal belongings like your
Yep.
your ID and money and stuff because you don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of things go missing backstage
Yeah.
at that kind of big show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You and if you want to, I mean, bring your bands. I mean, bands. If you're willing to lose your bands, and that's great because that's better than bringing a dumbbell and not having, and then not being able to bring it into the room. So
Mm-hmm.
be safe. Just bring some bands. Tracy and I, we went out and we bought some dumbbells. We brought it in, and then we found out we couldn't use the dumbbells to pump up, and we needed bands. So it's a good thing that we had some. But then for those competitors that are looking to do national shows, hey, you guys email the people and and ask, in your pump up room, are you allowing dumbbells or whatever, or you just need bands,
And
and,
most
and
likely it's a no because it's the liability. But
liability.
in the past they weren't that strict, but this time around they were really
Mm-hmm.
strict.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Yep,
was a good run. Definitely a good run.
yep. It
Yeah.
was, don't be afraid, for all those people that's looking to do shows, don't be afraid to, when you go onto the website of the shows or whatever, go ahead and email the promoter or email whoever is doing the paperwork for the promoter or whatever, and ask all the questions you want because you're paying big money for these shows. Like this last show, we paid two. Well, I don't know what Tracy paid, but I know I paid 225 per division that I went in, right? Or is it 250? I can't remember. It was 200 something dollars, and I went in
Do
five.
something.
Yeah. So you're paying big money to get into these shows. Make sure you prepare yourself prior to going out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they got to take care of their athletes, right? So, I mean, it's from what
Yeah.
I heard, this Pittsburgh show is one of the best shows to do, right?
Yep.
So Gary Udit, he takes care of you guys, backstage. What's some of the things that he does differently than some of the other promoters?
You know, it's one of his shows are very, very organized, very organized. You see the same people, so they're very experienced.
Mm-hmm.
How they have the pump up room set up. Right when you walk in, to your left is your touch up for tanning. It's bikini bite. It's glaze. So he has enough people in there to support the athletes. So which is so appreciative because everybody's trying to get in, right? So I think that's why I love doing his shows is because it's very organized. um, Even for his check-ins, he has it's a 4-day event, right? But how he has his check-ins, you can do early check-in, all of this. His setup is really great. It's
Mhm.
never, I mean, his setup is very organized.
Mhm. Mhm.
And what's also awesome is that the all the people that he has that's doing his tanning or his hair and makeup or anything that you need for the show, they are it's easy to they're accessible. It's not like you cannot email them or ask them questions or whatever. They're very accessible. So like when Tracy said, the glazing people, they don't, of course, they don't want outside people, bringing in their product or whatever. So they'll glaze bikini bite you, touch up your tan right in that area. When Tracy said that there's not a lot of coaches that go back in the back, and which is true because when you come into that pump up room, there's somebody at the door that'll check to see. It'll say competitors only, or you got to come if you're a coach, you come in with your band or whatever. But in that pump up room, it's specific, just the competitors.
Mhm.
The
But
room is
the other good thing that they have is when you're in the waiting area, they have somebody with a touch up sponge and bikini bite. When you're in the
mhm,
hall, they have somebody in there with a touch up sponge and asking anybody needs bikini, and all the way up until you hit the stage. In each area, there's someone there with a bikini bite and a touch up
Mhm.
um, tanning thing. So, they want to make sure that you're going up looking your best because it's live, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, very very well organized.
Mhm.
if I had to compare Gary Udit's show with the Sean Roden show that I went to the Philippines, definitely Gary Udit definitely caters to his competitors, his participants. The way they have everything set up is so organized. When I did when I did the international show, it was unorganized. They had us in all different rooms. We had people from Brazil enter the show, miss their class, and they were very upset. I'd be upset too. I came from Brazil to do a show in the Philippines, and I missed my class. And like Tracy said, once your category is done or your division is done, they ain't gonna rejudge you. You're done. So,
Mhm.
comparing those two, definitely Gary Udit show on the East Coast. I would do it again.
Mhm. There you go. You would do it again. That's the
Yeah,
key word.
yeah.
Yeah.
You might
All
do it
right.
again, Mickey. It
We
was a
will.
great experience for you guys there. So okay, so you guys are done competing, then you guys get your awards. After party, what happens next?
Well, we knew we. I told Mikey, look, by the time we get off a stage, everywhere is gonna be closed. So we knew we had to find some place that was open till midnight or whatever it is. So of course,
hmm
Mikey's wife being with us and never been to Pittsburgh, we wanted to take her to places to eat. So of course we ate. Where we ate?
Primanti Brothers. They're
Yeah.
famous for their loaded sandwiches. So they have these sandwiches that have deli meat. So like for us, we love pastrami, but they have deli meats and they load it up with French fries and coleslaw.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, but I knew I had to wait for Mikey, and I was like, I ain't starving. I ain't starving waiting for her. I brought my whole thing of donuts. I was sitting in the back, eating each one. Wait, I'm like, man, hurry up, Mikey. We need to
The
eat.
day
But
before, the day before, we went to Duck's Donuts. This is a place in Pittsburgh that Tracy and I discovered a year and a half ago when we went to Pittsburgh for Tracy and
Lance,
Clint's client. Yes,
yeah,
Lance. So we went. We stumbled upon this donut place called Duck's Donut. We bought our donuts on Friday. We also bought some bundt cake on Friday. Um, that we didn't eat until we brought it home. But yeah. So we bought our snacks or whatever that we wanted for after the stage. But the real feast day was on Sunday. Sunday was the feast day.
well, we
Mhm.
made sure. I said, Mikey, look, we're staying an extra day because we normally just leave the next morning. I said, no, we're staying an extra day because we're gonna eat. Like, I want to enjoy eating.
Mhm.
So we did that, and we went to several places to eat, and her poor wife could just. She was like, I can't wait, you guys. I tap out. So
Because
yeah.
us, we've been starving this whole time, right? So as soon as we can, we're going, right?
I
Whether we
wouldn't
Mhm.
say
bark it up or not,
starving.
we're
I wouldn't
going.
say starving.
Uh,
I would say we couldn't eat the things that we wanted to
oh,
eat.
right. We couldn't
Yeah,
indulge the way we wanted to indulge. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Great
Yeah.
nose.
Yeah.
You
So did
know,
you
we if you ever go to Pittsburgh, you have to go to eat at this place called Burgatory.
like
I had a
purgatory?
peanut butter
Burgatory is the
and
place.
jelly hamburger. Peanut butter and jelly burger.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was great.
So this okay, so Mikey, you're 120 when you had to make weight, and then you went to like 126 or whatever on stage. What are you today?
Hmm.
Woo-woo.
What's your
What
weight
am I
today?
today?
Yeah.
136.
Yeah. Oh, not too bad.
136.
That's not too bad. Yeah. That's not too bad. Yeah. Still
I'm
right
I'm afraid I'm afraid to go any higher actually.
there. Yeah, that's not too bad. And Tracy, you
Yeah.
still gotta kind of stay in shape, right? I mean, you got something
Well,
coming up, yeah?
well,
Another one.
my coach gave me a week break from my diet and my workout, and so I just had like cardio. So I hit stage at 98 probably, and then I checked in today at 109. So we're in a good place, and then I
Mhm.
start tomorrow my diet, and I got my feedback from the judges, so you know what we got to do. So we're gonna just make some changes, and I'm ready. I'm ready to rock.
Right. And this is Nevada.
This is the battle. It's always the first one. You kind of feel it out and then see what the judges say, and then now I have an opportunity to really.
Mhm.
I'm excited about this last run.
Yeah. No, are you gonna be in Reno?
I am
Where's
going
the
to be in Reno.
That's the same show that David Robinson is gonna be in.
Oh,
So you
and
with David.
I think our Lay's guy. ah, I can't think of his name. The bodybuilder, the pro. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive Francis. I
Oh
believe
Oh
yeah,
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 Francis.
yeah.
Francis,
Yes,
Francis,
I
yeah.
believe Francis is doing
That's
that
right.
show.
He's
So
going down too.
again, we'll be with
Yeah.
with
Yeah, David.
808.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You gonna have David, Francis, you. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So it'll be
Okay.
exciting.
Yeah. What's the date on that?
October 23rd.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
a Legion Fest, so it's a couple of days. But I go on Friday. I'm not sure what day the boys go on,
Hmm.
but I'm gonna have to ask Arlie
Yeah.
because he's
Okay.
gonna be there. So hopefully he can calm me down back there. Mhm.
Breed.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a question. So when your coach tells you we're gonna take a break from the diet, what does that mean? Like what? Eat whatever you
that
like?
means I had a week to just eat whatever I wanted to, but I tried to stay smart. I didn't overbloat my stomach. Like if I wanted to eat something, I ate half of it.
Hmm.
To just kind of get it. And everybody knows who knows me. I love a lot of sweets, so I try to portion it out.
Hmm.
So I think I did an okay job sitting at 109.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, anything past 1 week, oh, we'd be in trouble. You know, 1 week was
Yeah,
good enough for me. So yeah, I'm ready to get back on it.
that's some willpower because I always try to portion out a donut, but I always eat the whole donut. There's no way I can cut half the
Yeah,
donut, right? Because when you finish with that half, the
did.
other half
I
still look
did.
good. Yeah, so hard to
I
portion
did.
out
Even
sweets,
like a
right?
bagel. I think we brought home bagels from Panera. I would eat just half the bagel.
Wow.
Like I wouldn't
What you
eat. Yeah.
what you
My
do with the other half?
and you know what? My stomach was so tight. I mean, small still, so I could
Hmm.
feel when I was overstretching it. And
Mm,
then everybody knows, right? When you overstretch it, it's not a good feeling. Like afterwards, I didn't want to pay like that, so I kind of
Hmm.
just listened to my body a little bit, and then
Hmm.
still try to enjoy.
Hmm. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know what the feeling is like when you do a show and then you eat, to Tracy's point where you stretch your stomach, imagine like the worst side pain. Yeah, like when you
But
drink a lot of water and you run,
it's here.
it's here, but you get a cramp in your stomach and it doesn't go away until your stomach releases. But just imagine like when really really bad side pain cramp in like in your abdominal area, so it's very uncomfortable. So yeah, good, awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
Mike, you gonna say something?
no, because I did that yesterday after eating Thelma's.
What did you eat?
Oh man, I had to have my tradition after every show. I always eat Thelma's banana pancakes
Tell me.
after every show. And then the mini adobo fried rice. Oh, you gotta have that. And Thelma's special lechon kuali. Come on, and
Oh,
this is a true fact. I'm Filipino, 75%, but I do not eat Filipino food. So I'm generic Filipino, or what they say, plastic. But I will eat certain items from Thelma's.
the the lechon kawali is good, but
Ooh, that's the one,
did you have
man.
the lechon kawali with the Kenny
That's the
Napoy?
one. Yeah.
The what?
Lechon kawali with Kenny Napoy. That's what,
No.
right? Lechon kawali, Kenny Napoy.
Oh,
That's
wow.
lechon with rice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
No.
I
I
can talk
roll them up
Filipino.
in my banana pancake.
Oh, you would
So
have been the banana.
you get the sweet
Yeah,
and
you
the
know, I was
salty.
craving bananas for some reason, man. What a thing to crave, but man, I couldn't wait to. I even packed it in my backpack for the
Yeah, you
night
did.
show. I said, I
You
need
did.
bananas, so
But
I
you
packed
know the
that.
banana going to be brown by the time you eat them.
No, it,
It was still
was
yellow.
not brown.
Oh,
No,
I
because
mean,
we had free breakfast every morning at the hotel. So we was
oh
stealing
wow,
fruits, and not stealing, but we were taking
baking. It was
Hmm.
stuff.
free.
But so yeah, I put it in my backpack shoe, top of the
Mm-hmm.
donuts
Yeah,
I ate. But
and if anybody's going out to Pittsburgh and you don't want to stay at the host hotel, like Tracy and I, we love staying at the Holiday Inn, Green Tree. They're awesome. Every morning they have free breakfast. I mean, it's minimized now because of COVID. They'll serve you whatever they have, but you gotta get their cinnamon rolls.
Did you bring some home?
yeah,
Yes.
I don't think it
Oh,
made it home. We ate it all at the airport.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
How far away was this Holiday Inn and Mango, whatever you guys are staying at from the venue?
In
Was it
Green
what?
far?
Tree.
Maybe like
It's
10 minutes
it's
away.
10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
there's
guys
a
Uber?
shuttle that goes back and forth.
Oh,
So, but we ended up renting a car. Mikey rented a car. So, but if
Hmm.
you don't rent a car, you can walk to the grocery store and get whatever
Yep.
produce or whatever you need, right? Rice cake, whatever. You don't want to pack all of that. And then the gym is walking distance. So, but they do
Hmm.
have a gym in the facility. But if you want a gym, it's walking distance. So everything's like right there, and
Yep.
um it's not the hustle and bustle that you see when you're at the host hotel. So I really like staying at the Holiday Inn Express.
mm-hmm.
Just keeps you calm and stay focused, and just I could pose all day. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. and you're away from the host hotel, which has all the other competitors
It's
and
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
constantly. The minute you walk in, people is looking at you already. What division? You know.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah, yeah. You walk in, you see everybody with their jackets and their team jackets and
Mhm.
all that crap, and
Mhm.
everybody
Yep.
eyeing you up from from head to toe, and
Yep.
yeah, like hungry lions. Yeah, like you walking in with a piece of meat on your back, and they're just looking at you. You
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's like your first time and you walk into that, it can get to you, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or even
Yeah,
if it's
very
not your first time,
intimidating.
it can really get into your head. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we
The
just don't
2000,
take any chances with distractions.
yeah, 2012 USA is in Las Vegas. Tracy, you came with me, right? Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And Mike Kawasaki and Mike
Yes.
Ronaldo,
Yeah.
Amalia.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when Mike Kawasaki was waiting for the check-in and he was standing right in front of the door. And you remember when they went move him and he got pissed and he went yell. He went yell. He was mad, bro. And everybody got scared. Everybody was like, "Whoa, this guy." He was upset because we got there super early. That's why,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
early, and he was first in line.
Yeah.
And the door is right there. And then they put it to the other door, and everybody just went barrage him. And
Yeah.
now all of a sudden we stay in the back of the line.
In the back of the
So
line. Yeah.
Mike was pissed and he was vocal. He was like super vocal. And everybody was like, oh. I remember
But you
that.
see all of these memories that we have, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like from wow, you know,
Yeah.
I remember, being there with watching Greg and Mike Kawasaki and Mike Villar on stage, and wow, thing.
Who was the other guy that came with us to Norman?
Yeah,
Remember?
Norman.
Norm, Uncle Norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
was good fun, man. And I remember it's hindsight, right? Because I'm looking back at it, right? And I remember training with Tracy. We're at the hotel where we're staying. I was training in the gym, and I was like, "Oh, Tracy, I don't see my veins, yeah." And it's just like, "Yeah, what's happening with you?" And it's hindsight, right? And I'm thinking, wow, I just wasn't in shape. I'm just not in shape.
it
You know what I
comes
mean?
back to, Greg. It goes back to, we all experience that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're never satisfied, right? But
Yep.
that's why we keep coming back,
Mm-hmm.
better, improved. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
and that's what keeps me going, is knowing that I can be better, and keep learning and trying different things. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, we all had those where, because I was telling Mikey, 96 pounds. Oh my God. Like, it's kind of like a little bit of worry. Like, I'm shredded, but, I'm like, I need to carb load. So, but I told myself, the most important thing, with people going into competition is trust your coach.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Yep.
to trust them 100%. Even if you're like I step on the scale 96 pounds, and then he's telling me, "Okay, you're perfect. You're where you need to be," and I'm like, I'm gonna trust my coach. I gotta trust my coach. Don't veer off into your own. Even if you're really experienced and you think, no, you know what, I need to do this. The best thing I did was, I always follow my coaches. Whatever they tell me to do, I put my 100% into them, and I just let it fall how it's supposed to fall.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's things that needs to be changed, then we learn and we move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, because the body is a mysterious thing. It really
Mm-hmm.
is, right? And when you guys take your bodies to that ultimate limit, it can swing either way. Like honestly, like it's
Yeah.
a you get with all the knowledge that the coaches have.
Right.
I mean, you got to trust your
Right.
coach because they've been
Right.
around it forever, right?
Right.
But the body can change, and you guys, and I'm sure you guys have experienced this where you've seen your body like
In
literally morph
hours.
in front of you. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my God,
In
it's changing,
hours.
and
Yeah.
it can swing either way, right? And sometimes we have, even if you do everything to the book, right? The body can just respond differently. That's
Yeah.
just how it is.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
and for a competitor, you have to be able to appreciate that and believe in that, because we don't control all the little microorganisms and cells within
Mm-hmm.
us. They control itself, right?
Right.
you know
Right.
So
And
that's
that's
just
why when you
oh.
can say, you did everything you were supposed to do. I mean, there's, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, trusting your coaches is big,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you need that extra pair of eyes, whether it's you're training yourself, and you don't have a coach, but you're training yourself, but you still, to me, it's so important to have that extra pair of eyes, because
Mm-hmm.
what we see may not be what somebody else sees. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I love having a coach, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. You need that second pair of eyes. Yeah, for sure. All right. So Mikey, what's next? I mean, I know you want to travel. I know, you know, what's happening next
Well,
for you.
I think for me right now, we're taking it easy, trying to ease back, get back to work. I do work for the government, so time to get back to work, to reality for a little bit. Next year, like I said, I don't have any shows or anything planned, but I do have a cruise with my mother-in-law. We're going to Alaska next year, so like, hey, that's something to look forward to. Still be
Yeah.
in the gym though.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Make sure there's no earthquakes when you guys go. All right.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You're gonna be in the ocean, so you'll be fine. So just don't jump on land. So I think Mikey, we love you, we support you in whatever you do. I honestly think, and you guys can mark my words. Today is August 1st, 2021, Sunday. I think Mikey's itch is gonna come back. She has a lot of time still left, and who knows? You might actually see Mikey back on stage. You never say never, right? Never say die. I
Hey,
honestly,
you know what? You got the same bet as Mike Kawasaki and my sister Shelly.
there you go. And yeah, so once you catch it, you can't get rid of it. It's like a virus, right? You know what I mean? Once you catch
Yeah,
that bug, it's hard to get rid of, Mikey. It really is. I mean, I've been out of the game for a couple of years now, and it's tough. So yeah,
yeah, I think I'm gonna try to be the best supporter for everybody at the moment. We'll see how that works. Right
yeah.
now, I'm cheering on Tracy from afar. You know, who knows? In 3 years, Tracy may just go back to Pittsburgh. I don't know.
Oh, easy,
Oh,
Tiger. That'd be
you think so?
53, 54, 55 negative. I'll be like shopping at Ross's with my discount, bro.
No, no. Don't listen to Tracy. She gonna get on stage again. Trust me. That she cannot get rid of the bug either.
But watch out, because you know, Greg's a really good friend to the both of us. But when he says something and he says mark his word, it normally comes true. I remember him telling me, Trace, you're gonna get your pro card. Trust me. And
Yeah,
lo and behold,
it happened. Both
it
you and
happened.
Kristen. I predicted it. I said you guys
Yeah,
gonna
we
get it.
predicted
Yep.
it for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
Yeah. So Trace, you got the Legion, yeah, coming up.
11 weeks. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Yep. I'm excited. We know what we got to do. So yeah, we're gonna bang it out. This time I'll have my husband helping me train.
Hmm.
So even more exciting. I get to push a little bit more harder. It was hard because Mikey was doing her show, and we had different workout plans. But this time, my husband's gonna step in and help me on some heavy days. So it's gonna, I'm excited.
Hmm. Yeah, Clinton's gonna push you. I know Clinton, so
Yeah, I told him I was gonna listen this time. I was gonna
let's
listen.
make another bet.
Some, some Lions work this time.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Oh no, Tracy. I hope
Yeah,
you're ready for him. Yeah,
but
good stuff. Okay. All right. So, it's thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for doing this follow-up, from the Ikaika Classics and from the Armed Forces. Like I said, I always, we love you guys and we love to follow your journey. We're gonna continue to do these interviews because Mikey, we're gonna get you back on too. Who knows? In 6 months, we
un-
might get you
until
back
you get your
on.
pro card.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that
Oh,
is
we get you back.
acceptable.
We get you back on in 6 months and see where things are at. Or after your Alaska cruise, but and then we'll continue to follow you guys because you're the staple of fitness and bodybuilding in Hawaii, right? I mean, like really, this is 2021, man. I mean, it's not a. I'm not saying this in a negative way, but hey, we're the OGs, right? So this is the foundation now,
And
right?
you know what's so good about being an OG? Oh, we got to watch things just change around us, and we have that opportunity to change with it. You know what I mean? Like we're not
Mhm.
stuck in the OG ways. It's like things keep evolving in the sport really fast, and what I love about it is we get to change with it. So, you know, lot of
And
knowledge behind it, lot of experience, lot of memories.
Mhm.
like within the last 5 years, men's physique went above and beyond, and then you get classic physique, and then now you got wellness in there, and it's like, all these different categories just popping up. It's evolving. The sport
Mhm.
is evolving.
Yeah. I had an interview with Sammy. He's a classic physique pro. He competed in the
Mm-hmm.
Olympics last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I told Sammy, I said, on the men's side, right? Do you see another class coming up between classic and the 212s, right? Because
Oh,
because I said there's guys that are stuck right in the middle, like they're too big for classic, but they don't hit the 212 mark, right?
yeah.
And Sammy said, well, they could bring back the 202,
Oh,
but
that's a good one.
not sure if it's going to get attention, right? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But I feel like there's a gap, right,
yeah,
for certain folks, just
but
because they're just stuck, yeah,
yeah.
you know. So, but
Because
yeah, to
once you get to the pro level, there's no height class, right? So
no, it's all open.
but
Mhm.
I'm hoping, like I told my husband, look, let's just stay close and let's just keep improving because I just have a feeling they're gonna bring a Masters Olympia.
I think so. I think
You
so.
know, I mean, that would be the only thing that would keep me
Hmm.
wanting to compete. Like
Hmm.
just that opportunity to be in a Masters Olympia. I mean, I don't know why they don't have one for us old people.
They had one before. You know? They had a Masters Olympia, and back in the day, and then they took it away. But
Yeah.
I know there's interest in bringing it back, right? Yeah, I mean, you know what? The Masters guys, I, I'm not disrespecting anybody, but the Masters guys look just as good as the Open guys, bro.
Oh, huh,
You know what I mean?
my
Like some
goodness,
guys look better, honestly.
man. I just look at the ladies that are in my class and I'm impressed. Like,
Hmm.
wow, to
Hmm.
keep up that caliber at that age. Even I think they had a 60 and over class.
Hmm.
And I was like, whoa, I don't think I want to be dieting at 60, but hey, props to you, man. But yeah,
You gonna be?
there's still women that wanna, there's still at least that wanna compete, and
Mhm.
so I hope they bring it back. I would love to try to get on that stage.
Yeah. You gonna be like Tracy. You gonna be like that lady on America's Got Talent. You see that lady, the figure competitor.
Oh yeah, she still competes.
Really?
Yeah, she competes.
Yeah. She actually
So
went. Mikey, did you see that? America's Got Talent.
No, I
in
gotta
And
go
fact, I
look.
follow her on IG too.
wow, she's in awesome shape, man. She's in her 70s, right? And she looks like she's in her what 50s
I mean,
maybe.
her muscle bellies are so wow at that age, because it's
Yeah.
matured. But yeah,
And she has an awesome personality. She's posing
hmm
in front of an AGT.
hmm
She,
yeah,
bam on her.
yeah.
And then I mean, we can pull it up real quick, and then you it can show you that we'll just play this
I
this clip.
think when you see her, you're gonna know. Well,
So this is
because
this
we
is
got
Tracy and
IG.
Mikey. When they get oh
What's your name, please?
My name is Josefina Monasterio.
Where are you from?
I'm from Venezuela, but I've been living in the United States since 1973.
Oh,
Wow.
fantastic.
Welcome.
Amazing, yeah.
I am, guess what?
25.
No.
45.
No. I am 73 years young.
Good Lord have mercy. That's 20 years over me.
That's
I can
insane.
tell you now, I ain't gonna look like that.
Josefina, how long you been into working out?
I started bodybuilding at 59 years old.
Wow.
Never too late. Never too late.
Okay, wow. Well, look, I'm not going to ask anything else, Josefina. Just do your thing.
Okay, so I'll do some music, please.
Is she a pro?
I don't, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's called living, you know? Wow.
Yep.
He had to, yeah.
This guy Terry is ripped too, man.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, look, Josefina, you are actually amazing.
So
Easy.
you know, Mikey, we played that for a reason. Hey, 73 years old, man, and she was in shape,
73.
you know.
Ooh,
That's like
Lord.
that lady.
Yeah, unreal. I think I think there's a reason why we do what we do, and it's because you know when you set goals, yeah, and you know you have something to look forward to. It kind of keeps you grounded in a sense, right? And you kind of create a routine for your life.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when you don't have that goal and you just kind of like living, I mean, it's good to live the moment, but like for us, like I like to be structured too, yeah. And so when you kind of lose that, it's like, man, you just kind of
Mhm.
like feel lost. But when
Yeah.
you have a goal in sight and everything is structured, where everything's on a time schedule, you're prepping, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, but at least you know, you kind of feel like you have a goal to hit, and it keeps you
Yeah.
grounded. You know,
Hmm.
so I think that's in a sense that's kind of one of the reasons why we do what we do too, and then you guys look amazing too at the end, right? I mean, you guys both look fucking amazing, right, at the end result. So
Thank
you
you
know,
so much.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Thank you.
So don't ever say never, Mikey and
I'm
Tracy.
not
You,
saying never.
yeah, that's what I
I
want to hear.
but thank you so much. I mean, you know, doing what you guys do, GY Fitness,
Yep.
and I know Rose behind the scenes. She does a lot. So thank you, Rose, for putting everything together, make sure everything goes smooth. And you know just keeping this going in the sport because you know we definitely need this. And thank you for stepping up to the plate, Greg. You and
Mhm,
your team for keeping this going. You know, it
mhm.
means a lot to a lot of us athletes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, no, for sure.
'Cause, if a lot of people don't come to the gym, if they're not at the gym or if they're not in the circuit or whatever, they don't know. They don't. They
Mhm.
see us on the street and they just look at us like we're just bodybuilders or whatever, but they don't know that there's an actual story to this.
Yep. And we're normal people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we just do abnormal things.
That's what
like,
it is.
like Mikey lifting 80-pound dumbbells, you know, or like Tracy doing her freaking 50 reps of leg presses or whatever,
Oh,
100
man,
lunges and all that stuff, you know.
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna let me go get our director. She's taking care of the anxious dog, but thank you guys. Thank you, Mikey.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tracy. Tracy, we're looking forward to your show. We're gonna make sure that we watch you and we follow you.
Thank you so
Mikey,
much.
Mikey, we're gonna definitely get you back online. You know, you're
Yeah.
still gonna be part of fitness. You're part of the family. We love both of you guys. You know, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules. Before I sign off, I just want to mention one more time. You know, our major sponsor for the GY Fitness YouTube channel is Tongue and Groove
Oh,
Women's Fashion. And you know, go take a look on the website. They have a whole bunch of, you know, bikini
mm.
dresses, active wear, and it's a lot of
Oh
stuff.
wow, they got some pretty nice, stuff.
Yeah, go check it out. You know, and it's very affordable. I mean, it's not like out of the you know, the budget range. And
Where are they shipping out from? You
they
know?
do you know where they're shipping out from?
It's a Hawaii warehouse.
It's a Hawaii warehouse, so they actually
Oh,
have
no kidding.
a shop here. Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
They're looking for affiliates too. You know, they're
Oh,
looking for
okay.
affiliates. So
Oh, hey.
yeah, so the affiliate program is basically kind of how we have ours too. Yeah. So what you basically do is you sign up, you
Mm-hmm.
get a dashboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever,
Yeah.
you get a discount code, and whatever sales you make,
Oh.
sales that other people make under your profile, you get
Mm-hmm.
you get cash back.
Oh, cool.
They actually pay you to buy stuff, you know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
They got some pretty nice stuff. I better go check it out.
Yeah. And you know, so Rose is an affiliate, and then she's been talking to these guys, but they're actually, you know, trying to break into the market, you know, Hawaii market, but I mean the entire market, right? And then they're gonna start carrying a whole bunch of other stuff too. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. I'll go check
So
them out.
so Tongue and Groove, our major sponsor. You can also visit them on Instagram. It's at tongue underscore and underscore groove
Okay.
underscore fashion. So this is their IG, and then they also have their website, which you can see on the bottom of the screen. It's kind of going through our banner. So
Oh, yeah. They got some nice stuff. All
Mhm.
right.
All right, guys, and this is our
Okay, thank
website,
you.
gyfitness.org. You know, you guys can go visit them. But Mikey and Tracy, thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. We love you.
Yay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. See you guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.